Ebusia, come with me again, or come with me again. Ebusia, the question I'm asking is, where are the Nigerians that are making too no on TikTok? That not the time is now. Unfortunately, no, it has affected everybody, right? Because of their selfish interest and all these things that is going on in Eastern Cape. It is unbelievable, guys. As I speak with you, Eastern Cape is on fire. East London is on fire because the people are so paved to the sense that they don't want to even listen to anything. We actually say, when you travel to someone's country, Nigerians, please listen and know the season, the time, and respect the local people living in that country. South Africans are not like Ghanaians, and you see, you are testing their patience.
I understand where they're coming from, but that's part of the many concerns that we have about foreign nationals and their behavior in this country, and the fact that they use money to change the way or the perception of who they are. Having money to them has become the core of their existence, and the money that they get, other people don't even care if they're getting it the right or the wrong way, and we're very concerned about that as well.
And you touched on a very important thing, money. When you have a lot of money, you get to have power in most instances. So you're saying the issue here is the power?
It's not the power. It's a government that fails its people. It's a government that doesn't enforce its own laws. Because when we talk about these spaza shops, for example, that are mushrooming everywhere, what laws are allowing foreigners to own shops? What laws are allowing foreigners to come in and earn 50 rand a week when the minimum wage is 150? The laws are there. We just have a government that doesn't want to enforce them. And foreign nationals are so good at manipulating the system that they'll buy off the police, they'll buy off the officials, they'll buy off even South Africans in their own country. So for us, it's something that's systematic. We're fighting the system as we're here, and it's not going to be an easy fight. We understand that we're fighting governments, we're fighting people who are beneficiaries, and we're fighting foreign nationals themselves.
Yeah. What do you wish happens? We are here today, and maybe in the evening we're going to be talking something else. People are going to leave. What then happens the next day when we wake up?
Look, there's no something else that people are going to be talking about, because this is now our new age struggle. We're fighting against foreign nationals in our country because we need to feel like we're South Africans again. Yeah. Because for the longest time they've used our laws against us. They've used the humanity card against us, that we're humans too, and they've used the xenophobia card on us so many times. You try and say anything about foreign nationals in the country and you're labeled as someone that's xenophobic. And unfortunately that time has come to pass now. We don't care what they call us really, xenophobic, Afrophobic. They can cry to the rest of the world. Nobody cares. Right now it's our turn to tell our stories, and we are a country that's being invaded by foreigners. And right now it's a fight for our survival. And we're not going to stop fighting, and nobody's going to tell us that foreign nationals are humans. We're also human beings, and we deserve to live and thrive and have access.
So guys, if you remember last time when I was talking to my host, he told me that these people, these Tosa people, when they are singing and they are coming towards your direction, it means that there's what? Fire on the mountain. My simple question is, where are those Nigerians making noise on TikTok? Where are they? Now the whole place is on fire. Now where are they? That's the question I'm asking. Where are they? The whole place is on fire, because at the end of the day, you guys were supposed to listen. You did this in Ghana. Ghanaians were demonstrating. Ghanaians were doing all the things you have to do. The fact that you guys have your liberty to triumph upon it because of John Dramani Mahama doesn't mean that you can go and do it somewhere else. And this should send a signal to the President of the Republic of Ghana that Ghanaians are patiently waiting for his exit, and he will pay him back because of all this thing that is going on. Honestly, because some of us, we know what is going on and we understand what is going on. Some of the information we are getting is deep. It's very deep. And I keep saying that if John Mahama and the NDC go through the same trajectory like I'm speaking now, they will be humiliated in election 2028. Look at this. Just look at it for yourself.
So they might just blow up. So we want to be at a safe distance should that happen. Now, to tell you that on the other side of the street, we see where the crowd had actually fallen back to. Majority of the crowd is now onlooking towards a certain area of the CBD. And that particular area, that's where you'd find the butcheries. And those are mostly foreign nationals that are Islamic. Like I said, that even the masjid here has actually been vandalized, kicking down the gates of the masjid. But most of the people, or most of the businesses or the business owners actually took cover inside the masjid, and they closed the gates shortly before the crowds started to come in. Now I can see some of them coming out, foreign nationals here and the business owners coming out crying, hands on their heads, seeing the extent of damage to their vehicles. Most of them, of course, these could be delivery vehicles for some of them that they use. And we're seeing one bakkie up ahead, which is actually one of a delivery one that they see. Let me see if I can speak to one of them. Hi, sir, come this side. Come this side, sir. Okay, he says he's running away because all the...
All right, guys, so this was supposed to be a peaceful protest, right? It was supposed to be a peaceful protest. But you see, sometimes when you don't handle those things well, this is what happened out of it. When you have Nigerians coming online, coming to throw tantrums and make people feel that they belong where they don't belong, this is exactly what happened at the end of the day. So now you see the police officers are there to bring calmness into the system, to make sure people will not do anything wrong. This is where I want to say to my fellow South Africans that it is totally wrong. They don't have to go looting shops and stuff like that. They have to protest and their voice must be heard perfectly. Basically, that's what it is. So to be honest with you, Eastern Cape is really, really on fire as I speak with you. To be honest, everywhere, my ghost team and the people that I know, they are not able to come out. Everybody is hidden inside, so we have to do our best to make sure we get you guys a couple of stuff. But you see, this is as a result of somebody's self-interest of going to someone's country to go and install a chief, a king, whatever it is they call it. Why can't you guys just do it simple, like a normal thing, without flamboyantly showing yourself and making things show online and stuff like that? Now you see where you are. Now the police are in to bring calmness. Yes, but they have to protest because it is their civic right to protest, basically.